I have a definition for DevOps. I guess DevOps is not so very well defined concept. We have like, for example, here like maybe 50, 100% here. There are maybe 100 different definitions for DevOps. And one of the main points in DevOps for me, automation. Automation is already here, the industry 4.0. Everything it will be automized. Automation is a big thing. Like smart factories, smart cities, smart cars, smartphones, everything will be smart. But automation requires a well-defined environment, and all we know that software requirements is not very well defined. Yes, you know, our customers doesn't know what they want. So we need to start small and move fast, and experimentation is the big thing. We need to discover what customer wants. We don't know what customer wants. Even customer don't want what he wants. So only solution would be start small and go fast and try and error. And which one do you think is easier to change? The first one, the left side, it is not easy to change something, and the right side, it is very easy to change. They are representing microservices. Microservices is that the monolithic things consist of, if we switch to microservices, everything will be small pieces. Even the enterprise bus, service bus will not exist. It is a monolithic, still in the service architecture we have a monolithic service enterprise bus. So we need to start small with minimum viable product, and we need to move fast to the end product. So MVP is the starting point, and going to final product will be, we need to use like Scrum and Kanban, like Scrumban techniques to go from MVP to final product. I will talk more about MVP later. And going faster requires, we need to use Scrumban, Kanban, Scrum thing. We need to be moving fast. Try and error, experimentation is the heart of the system. We keep experimenting. To experiment, we are trying error. We are collecting technical debt, right? We have lots of technical debt. We keep rewriting our codes, rewriting means retesting. And retesting only possible if there is a test automation. If there is no test automation, then nothing is possible. Actually, test automation is not something new. It was TDD, test-driven development. Nowadays is a better name, like behavior-driven development is maybe better. So everything is ready. All you need to do is you need to decide to go to automation. And there are lots of open sources, lots of enterprise solutions. Everything is ready. And you know, it works on my machine. It works on my machine. It does not work on test. It does not on pre-test. It has to work everywhere, like staging, testing, pre-production, production. It should not different. Cloud, you have already heard, cloud is inevitable. If you go fast, if you need to change, cloud is the thing. Right, every red rectangle here represents a microservice, but the microservice is not a technical thing, it is also a product thing, it's also a business thing, that all the rectangles here is selling something, selling different part of the product. So it's a business mind thing. Like they should have their own roadmaps business-wise, not the technical-wise thing. That the teams responsible for these microservices should think of their microservice as a product. And finally, the seventh secret is, if you don't change the organizational structure, if the human resources didn't recognize the small team, two pizza teams, it should be recognized by human resources. Like squads, tribes, things should be seen on our organizational chart, unless it is not working. The tribe, maximum number of person in tribe should be less than 100 or 150. So these are the 7 secrets. Sorry, I made a mistake. Here is the 7 secrets, like microservices. Let's start small, move fast, test automation, containers, cloud, product management, product meaning microservices, and organizational reorganization, structural. HR should recognize squads, and each one of these secrets should be planned, should be performed, and should be monitored and controlled. And culture-wise, if you move to DevOps, you need to assess where you are and what will be the next step. Yeah, I was expecting people will change and I will repeat some part of the speech. So, 7 secrets is my secrets. I found them. I am proud. So, automation is on its way. Industry 4.0 is coming. It's smart cities, smartphones, smart everything, smart software development. So, humanless software development will be coming. Everything will be automized. Get ready for your new job career search. So we need to start small, we need to move fast. Experimentation is the big thing. We don't know what customer wants, customer don't know what he wants, so nobody knows what he wants. So testing, failing, and repeating, trying, and erroring. These first two things are the core of everything, I believe. Microservices and starting small. If we start small, everything will fit together fine. But these red rectangles, as I said, represent the microservices, and the minimum viable products will be done for these single items. So we will need to find the best cupcake to make our wedding cake. What would be the best cupcake here? It will be easier to change. The colors, the size, everything should be decided, tested, failed, retested. And these microservices should be independent from each other. They should have their own pipelines. They should go to end customer in their own ways. This minimum viable product we are talking about here will be about microservices, not the whole product. So it's a different mindset. We are talking about microservices, not the product. So every microservices should have testing what their micro customers want from them. If we don't have good microservices, we don't have nothing. So good microservices, nice microservices is the core of everything here. So we are looking for what our microservices should be doing. So this minimum viable product is applying on the microservice level. There is a really interesting point of view, because we are experimenting, we are thinking of experimenting on the monolithic experimentation. Just like monolithic codes, monolithic experimentation should go to microservice level experimentation. And the product owners are responsible for these things. The product owner should know what is the core of everything, what is the minimum set that the customer will be happy. And the purpose of doing this is learning from the customer. We're gonna learn from the customer, we are looking for the feedback from the customer. Probably we are doing something wrong. If you don't doing something wrong, if we cannot find what we are doing wrong, it will be too late to find when we find it. It will be too late. And maybe we are experimenting the customer's feedback by preparing some YouTube, just like Xbox did. The first two are bad examples for MVP. The first MVP should give a feeling of the final product. It should not be far away from the final product. Just like this. This is a bad MVP, and this is a nice MVP. In the very first MVP, customer will correct us. No, I don't want this. The hand should be here, okay? The very first iterations, we change the product. And so we need to think of all possible features, imagine the final product. Try to imagine the final product, and then select the minimum set out of these all possible features. For example, consider when you wake up, what you are doing going out of the door. You may have some breakfast, you may have some shower, ladies may have some makeup, and you may take your keys, things. But suppose the boss give you a call and he said immediately come to office. There is a critical crisis. Just come here. What will you do? Just get out of the door with your dress and with your umbrella or other thing. So again, the same thing. MVP culture should be planned, should be performed, should be controlled and monitored, and you need to know where you are right now to improve your MVP culture in your organization.